sir, we've come to Preed. Can I take your order, please?
So Kieran boy. It's my friend. The Kieran boy. Yeah, I know, but so we're gonna do a little interview. When do you join me? It's just a little chat. So.
Little chat about your daddy's boxing. That's all.
Little chat about boxing.
Welcome to the Gibbons Talks Boxing channel. Please subscribe if you've not done so already. As you can see, I'm joined by Liam Williams. I really appreciate your time today, Liam. I know you're very busy with lots going on. You've had a bit of time to reflect now on your fight with Demetrius Andrade. What's your thoughts, mate?
Obviously, it was. You know, I come up against a very good champion. He was class, to be honest. Better than I knew he was good anyway. Don't get me wrong, but even better than what I give him credit for. So, you'd be banging, yeah. Yes, he's better than even what I give him credit for. So just come up against a very good champion on a good night of his, and I believe I pushed him in certain areas. Just couldn't. The ref didn't do me any favors either, because I was willing to take one or two shots to get there on his chest. I would take the shot, I'd get there on his chest, and when that was my time to do the good work for myself. So, and I just never really had a chance, because every time we got close, break, you hold in, you hit him too low, you hit it on the back of the head, all that kind of stuff. So it was a little bit frustrating. Yeah, but it is what it is. I just take it. At the end of the day, I lost, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I lost, and it is what it is. I'll come back.
In the second round of the fight, you went down from a 1-2 from the southpaw stance. You seemed to recover quite well. I mean, you seemed to have your senses. You got to a knee, but then you seemed to did you mistime the count because you only just barely got up?
Yeah, I did. I was actually fine.
I mean, you looked fine watching on television. You didn't look disorientated or anything.
You know what it was? I'm not sure. I think somebody was saying something outside of the ring, and I think I was kind of listening what they were saying, and obviously you're kind of saying, "Fucking hell, better get up!" Like, do you know what I mean? But obviously, I watched the knock. I haven't actually watched the fight back, and I probably won't, because I'm not asked. At the end of the day, I lost, and that's that. Like, but I've watched the knockdown probably 50 times. I don't ask me why, but yeah, it's just got a little bit carried away, and just lucky I got up on time.
So what were the surprising factors in the fight that you weren't expecting from Andre?
Just very, very slippery, couldn't pin him down. And even when I had him hurt, I had him kind of out on his feet in the 9th, I think.
Yeah.
And I just went in, I just couldn't quite pin him. He was very good, that's all. To be honest, I can't really say nothing but, give him credit, because I tried. I really did try. I tried hard. I was ready. And he was just very good, and he was too good all the night. And that's all I can say. So credit to him. And I really do think he's one of the best out there.
You've already mentioned you haven't watched the fight back. But were you conscious of the fact that during the fight he was catching you with lots of uppercuts, which is not a punch you were usually so open to?
Yeah, it was obviously coming from the southpaw as well, so it was kind of blind to the lead uppercut quite a lot. But I knew he was going to use that shot. He normally throws the lead uppercut and the big backhand over the top. But do you know what? It's not always the best way to go into a fight, but I was willing to take a few of them shots to get on the inside. That's my territory. But obviously, as I've said earlier, I just wasn't really able to do what I wanted to do on the inside for one reason or another. Mainly because of the ref, to be honest. I was getting worn, and I was in danger of having a point taken off me or whatever it may have been, So, but I was willing to take up the shots, which I made clear. I took some good shots, and recovered very well from him.
And the knockdown obviously put you 2 rounds or 3 rounds behind on the cards after just 2 rounds. Did that change your tactics on the fight? Did it make you fight a little bit more, not desperately, but did it put more pressure on you to win some rounds back?
Not really, because if I'm being totally honest, I didn't really think I was going to beat him on points anyway. I genuinely thought I could have gone in and stopped him. And on another night with a different ref, who knows? Maybe I could have, but just as I said, I wasn't able to do what I'd really planned to do. And again, I'll repeat myself on a different night. Who knows what could have happened? I could have maybe been able to get to work a bit more and put a stop to him, but it just wasn't my night, wasn't my time, and maybe next time I'll be back, and I'm pretty sure 1 or 2 fights I'll be back where I left off.
And what advice was Dominic, your trainer, Dom Ingle, giving you in between the rounds?
Just obviously, just making it clear the kind of game plan we went in with, and just giving me my instructions, really what I needed to do. And obviously, he was advising me to stop taking so many shots. Well, the lead uppercut in particular, tap down, slip out, whatever he may have been telling me at that time. But I was just thinking, look, I'm not going to beat this guy on points anyway, so I just need to get on his chest. But he's very, very slippery and very good defensively.
And in the build up to this fight, it means probably hasn't helped because of COVID. I mean, you operated mainly on sort of British, sort of stroke European level, and then there was a big jump up to world level. Do you think that was a factor if you'd fought some different guys? I know obviously COVID didn't help, like I said.
Yeah, nah, if I'm being honest with you, I don't really think that made a difference, because at the end of the day, if you're a certain level, you're that level, and it's as simple as that. It doesn't matter if I boxed 10 people fringe world level first. I honestly think the outcome would have been the same, being brutally honest. Although I could sit there and make excuses and say, if I had 2 more fights first, I would have won. And no, I don't think I would have. It just wasn't my night. He put in a very good performance. And it is what it is. But I would have learned a lot from our fight. And I think just get back, and I'll get back to winning ways. And who knows? I think I'll be in a big fight very soon again. Not too much time away at all.
One problem you've had up until this point in your career is that you're a big risk, but you're a very little reward. Whereas now, after this fight, obviously boxing on the zone. I mean, probably hundreds of thousands of people, if not more, millions of people watched it across the world. You're a fairly big name in the middleweight division now.
Yeah, definitely. I think although the result didn't go my way, I think it would have put some credit on my name, to just go and put up a good fight. And so I do think my stock would have risen. But listen, for me, I always say, like, you're only as good as your last performance, and my last performance was a loss. So for me, right now, I've just come off a loss to myself. I'm nothing, and I need to prove myself again. But I know what you're saying. More people would respect my name now, especially in America and stuff. So, but for me, I couldn't care less. It's just about getting back to winning ways for me now, and I'll fight and I'll beat the best they put in front of me.
So, what's the plan then, Liam? When do you plan to return to boxing?
Well, I started back to the gym 2 days ago. So, but not boxing, just running, a bit of cardio. I put on a decent amount of weight, I'm not going to lie, because I've just obviously been a bit, just been enjoying myself, really, because I had a long, hard camp for the last one. I haven't really been out of camp since before New Year. I've been training hard. Although I was on my bit of time off here and there, I was wasn't dieting strictly and stuff, I've been training hard since like the last quarter of last year. So it's been a long time I've been in camp, and it's just been nice to have a bit of time off spending with Mrs. Obviously, she's due to give birth in 2 weeks as well. So I obviously want to be around for that, and have a couple of weeks with her as well to get her back on her feet and just getting a bit of a routine, you know. So it'll be a couple more weeks before I go back to Sheffield, but I will be training in the meantime. I'm probably going to go and do a bit tonight, just light pads and stuff. But just enjoy it, you know, rather than thinking, shit, I need to get ready for a fight, or I'm just going to do it on my own time, you know.
So what's your meal you have, or what do you have to treat yourself when you come out of a hard training camp?
Do you know what, Key? It's nothing set in stone. I literally just, whatever I can get my hands on first. I've got a sweet tooth in it, as you know, so I do love a cake, and I love a bit of cheesecake and that. I've had a couple of cheesecakes since I've been home, you know, people making them for me and that. But I've just, the last couple of days, I'm starting to feel a bit shitty in myself, you know, like waking up, oh, not another day of this crap. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm fat. I feel like crap. And I'm the type of person that I need to get to that stage to go back training, because that then motivates me. Right, let's get back. Let's drop it away. Let's get back fit. If I had 2, 3, 4 days off and I had to go back to the gym, I wouldn't put my full effort in, because I'd be thinking, fucking hell, I've had no time off. Do you know what I mean? So, as I said, I'm the type of person who needs to get to the stage where I just feel like crap, and I just feel horrible. So that's me now, and I believe I'm at the point now where, you know, I need to get my ass back in gear now.
And I think one really touching moment, I mean, like we've already mentioned, the fight didn't go your way, but one really touching moment, which a lot of people made nice comments about, was when you returned to the Ronda or to Clydach Vale after the fight. And someone filmed you pulling up in your car, and someone handed your daughter into the window to you. And the reception was amazing. Yeah,
special, mate. It was, do you know what? I didn't have no clue whatsoever, because I was coming home and I was for my missus, and I said, I might go to the ice cream parlour, and there's you know, I'm gonna get like they do these like waffles and all that kind of crepes and that. So I thought, I'm just gonna go there and stuff my face, and so do you want anything? And she's like, oh, Liam, just hurry home, like just you're taking the piss, like. And I thought, oh, I'll just go back, spend an hour with her, and then I'll go and get one. But then obviously she was rushing me home. There was like, I don't know how many people was in. There's a shitload of people in the street, and you know, they were clapping and, you know, saying well done, and it was touching, to be honest with you. Although I didn't bring the result, that made it so much easier coming home, you know, knowing the unbelievable amount of support and whatnot. So, and obviously my little girl was there to wait for me as well, and it was special. It brought tears to my eye.
Yeah, it really did. It was emotional for me just watching you, especially when your daughter Mila was passed into the car to you.
Yeah. So coming down the street, my brother-in-law Kyle was he was holding her, like, and obviously he's passed her through the window, and just, you know, just because I hadn't seen her for 3 weeks. I'd been away in Sheffield, then I went to Miami, obviously. So it was really nice. Obviously, the first time I seen her, and given the situation of everyone being there to welcome me home and stuff as well, it was really nice, like really nice.
So look into the future. Your promoter Frank Warren mentioned a possible clash between yourself and Felix Cash. Yeah, would that be something that would interest you?
Well, it depends, because if it's for the British title, not really. With respect, I've won that at 2 different weights. I've had a number of British title fights. For me now, I think I boxed at that. I would box Felix Cash, 100%. I'd love to beat him up. But I would box him if it was for something worth me win. Like, I'm not saying the British title is nothing, but I want to be on the bigger stage now, if you get me. So it's just a case of what's on the line, what show is on, what money's off. There's a lot of factors, as you know, it's not as straightforward as being like, do you want to fight? I'll fight anybody tomorrow, but it's not that easy, is it, So
yeah.
We'll see what's offered. Ideally, I'd like to go. I'd fight for a European title, but I don't really want to. I don't want to paint myself as I don't think I'm a massive superstar by any stretch of imagination, but I want to be in big fights. So I'd fight for a European title, but if not, above, really.
And I know you've mentioned Chris Eubank Jr. a few times, and you made a comment on Twitter about his last performance. I mean, how did you rate Chris Eubank Jr.'s last fight?
It was okay. Nothing dazzling whatsoever. Just done enough, really. Like, to be honest, no disrespect to Morrison, but I honestly think I would have finished him in 2, 3, 4 rounds. He wouldn't have never lasted 10 rounds with me. So it's just one of them, and you done. Going off that performance, Eubank wouldn't see through the fight with me.
And is that a fight that you'd like, Eubank, a big British name?
Yeah, 100%, of course, because he's got a good name behind him as well, obviously, because of who he is and his father, and just the name and and what they bring to the table is big, and people want to see that. I think it'd be entertaining, a good entertaining build up between myself and Eubank as well. But it's just like, listen, I've already told Frank and MTK now, like, just give me the biggest possible name you can offer to me, you can bring to the table, and I'll, as long as everything's right in the contract, and I'm not asking for millions, I'm not asking for it to be in Clydach Vale, I'm not, just give me a fair share, and I'm on against anybody.
Am I right in saying that you sparred with Eubank Jr. in the past?
Yeah, I did spar with him in the past. It was a long time ago, to be honest with you, when I think he had maybe had like 1 or 2 fights, and myself probably the same as well. I can't really remember, but it was in David A's gym in just behind the Park Plaza in London.
Yeah.
And it was good. He was, pretty much the same back then. He used to punches and bunches, tough, always very fit. And yeah, that's all it was to say about it, really. I roughed him up a little bit, and he was complaining. He was like, "Oh, what the fuck is this UFC fight?" Blah blah blah. I said, "Fucking hell, it's a fight. Do you know what I mean? Get with it, or don't box." So it was one of them, but nothing really to take away from me. He was inexperienced. I was too. All that matters is now, really, and I honestly do believe I'd beat him.
I was looking at the boxing rankings before just as a bit of research for this interview, and I noticed that you were officially, anyway, still ranked number 2 by the WBO. Mangi is number 1. Demetrius Andre has indicated that he might be considering moving up to super middle. I mean, would a fight with Mangi be something you'd be interested in? I know something was mentioned in the past.
Yeah, 100%. I've said that a lot of times now. I'd love that fight. I think it'd be a very, very fan-friendly fight. It'd be exciting, and it'd be one that I fully believe I can win, because, like, the likes of him and Andrade, they're very, very different, and they, just don't take a scientist to realise that. So he'd be there. He'd be slugging it out with me.
I think style-wise, probably Andrade is probably the most difficult of all the top middleweights in the world at the moment.
Yeah, of course he is. I believe I've got a better boxing ability than Munguia. I'm a better boxer. I've got a better boxing brain. And I believe I can fight just as good as him and punch just as hard, if not harder than him. So I think that's one I win, and it's one that I'd love to take.
Yeah, and then there's the middleweight rankings are real. I was looking at them, like I said, they're a real mess at the moment because on the independent rankings like Boxing News and Ring Magazine and all the independent organizations have got you in the top 10. I think Boxing News got you 8, Ring Magazine got you 10, whereas most of the other governing bodies haven't got you in the top 15, which is just ludicrous.
It's just silly, isn't it? Because I think I'm ranked in the WBC as well now.
Well, I looked today and I couldn't. I mean, perhaps I missed your name, maybe, but
really, yeah, because I was number 3 in the WBC. So it's 3 in the WBC and obviously number 1 in the WBO. So I'm guessing the WBO rankings must have been updated if I'm number 2 and behind Munguia because obviously I was number 1.
Yeah, I just got the WBC rankings in front of me here now, and it's top 15, and you're not anywhere in the top 15. I don't know whether that's perhaps, not sure what their policies are, but maybe because you fought for another organization's belt, they took out of their rankings, perhaps.
Yeah, mate. I know a lot of them have got some mad rules like that. They're obviously for their own organization, and then if you're fighting for somebody else's belt, then out you go. It doesn't really matter to me because realistically, unless it's Munguia, I ain't gonna fight for a world title next. If it is, amazing, happy days. But other than that, I think I'm gonna have to have 1 or 2 more fights before I'm, back there ready to fight for another title anyway. Because obviously I just need to get my rankings and that back up. So, but it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just excited to, first of all, welcome the new baby now, and then look forward to making tracks again.
Yeah, definitely. Just a big fight coming up this weekend with a former stablemate of yours, Canelo against Billy Joe Saunders. How do you see that fight going?
Do you know what I've said all along? I've thought for quite a while now that it was kind of going to be. You'd expect, from my point of view, like Billy Joe, he wins the first 5, 6, 7, 8. Who knows? Because he's very, very good. He's very, very technically good. Very, he's just naturally very gifted. Billy Joe, skill set, hand speed, movement, everything is spot on. To be fair, so you'd expect him to do quite a good job of boxing Canelo, but it just depends whether he keeps that up for 12 rounds, whether he's got stamina, how he makes the weight. I believe he's done the weight pretty good because he's looking really well. I'd love to see Billy Joe do it, but my just thinking of the fight quickly, my automatic thing is Billy Joe wins the first half, Canelo comes into the second half. Is out there, probably be a close fight. Canelo wins. If not, maybe puts a lot of pressure on him, depending on how Billy Joe copes with it. Could stop him late. But looking at Billy Joe's condition and how he seems very happy, he's made the weight well. I wouldn't be surprised if he runs away with it. I really wouldn't. And I'd love to see him do that as well.
You mentioned Billy Joe with the judges there, and that's something he has made a lot of over the last week or so. Is that something you were conscious of as well when you fought in America? The fact you are the away fighter, you fighting on another guy's promotion. Is that something British fighters think about when they box abroad?
Partly. But I think it was a bit of a different situation with me, simply because, like, it's different with Billy Joe because he's going in there as the boxer, trying to outbox the more of a fighter than
pressure fighter.
We're obviously being away from home. For me, I didn't never think I was going to be in a technical fight with Andrade, and it's going to be nip and tuck on points because I never thought it was going to be that kind of fight. But Billy Joe obviously does have to worry about that, so it is different. But it was always in the back of my mind. But I thought if it was going to go to points, it wasn't really going to go my way anyway.
No. Okay, then Liam. Thanks for your time this afternoon. Good luck with the baby. You mentioned he or she, I'm not sure what you're having, is on
Oh yeah, we're on a boy.
It's a boy, is it? Oh, there we are then. A boy. Good luck with the baby on in a couple of weeks or whenever it is.
Yeah.
And my daughter's been following yourself and your partner on social media, so she's informing me what's happening every so often.
Oh, good.
But yeah, good luck for the future, mate. And I know the result didn't go your way in America, but no, I think you've done all of Wales and all of Britain proud with your effort and your performance. You know,
Thanks.
Brilliant, brilliant effort. Showed amazing courage in there because you took some big shots.
Yeah.
Towards at the start and towards the end actually, but showed amazing heart and determination.
No, we as I've said overall, I'll be back. You know, it's just a minor setback. What did I lose really? I know I lost the fight and my chance of winning a world title, but I'm still healthy. I'm still, you know, I'm perfectly fine. So if I could get to that position over the last couple of years, I'm probably better now than what I've ever been. So I'll be back.
Yeah, and your reputation's been enhanced by the performance.
Exactly, mate. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, mate. Brilliant. Cheers, Liam. Thanks, mate.
Come on, Keith.
Hello, so we're Pond Freed. Can I take your order, please?